Islam and the Environment. 9. The Islamic Legacy of Sustainability. Historical Examples from Islamic Civilization. While the modern world searches for answers to the climate crisis, history offers a quiet reminder. Long before sustainability became a global concern, Islamic civilization had already laid down a sophisticated and ethical framework for harmonious living with the environment. Rooted in divine guidance and driven by a sense of moral duty, Muslims throughout history created societies where conservation, cleanliness, and care for creation were more than ideals. They were lived realities. A civilization built on balance. The Quran does not merely call for respect for nature, it embeds it in the heart of faith. Indeed, we have created everything with precise measure. Quran 54:49. This mercy extended not only to humans, but to animals, plants, water sources, and even the air. Early Muslims understood this and built entire cities with that principle in mind. Urban planning with ecological foresight. Islamic. Cities like Baghdad, Cordoba, and Fez were masterclasses in ecological urban design. Green buffers. Agricultural belts were planted around cities to purify the air, produce local food, and protect against desertification. Zoning laws. Polluting industries were kept outside residential areas. Tanneries and dye workshops, for example, were regulated to minimize harm to air and water. Public gardens and waqf orchards, parks and green spaces weren't just for aesthetics, they were often waqf, endowments, for the public good, combining charity with sustainability. Water management, a sacred science. Islamic engineers pioneered some of the most advanced water management systems the world had seen. Qanats, underground canals in Persia and North Africa, delivered water with minimal evaporation. Water clocks, filters, and cisterns in cities like Damascus and Cairo ensured water purity and conservation. Hammams, public baths, were designed with precise water usage, reusing gray water where possible and regulating consumption as a spiritual and civic duty. All of this was built on the Quranic teaching, and waste not by extravagance. Verily, he loves not the wasteful. Quran 6:141. The Waqf system, sustainable, charitable endowment. One of the most remarkable innovations in Islamic civilization was the Waqf, a religious endowment that funded public utilities, schools, water fountains, hospitals, animal shelters, and even tree planting. In Ottoman lands, there were Waqf trusts specifically for planting trees, maintaining forests, or feeding stray animals. In Cairo, fountains, sabils, offered clean water for humans and troughs for animals. Some Waqf institutions were even dedicated to maintaining no-cut zones in forests, foreshadowing modern conservation areas. This wasn't charity in the conventional sense. It was sustainability embedded in law, faith, and community. Environmental ethics in scholarship. Islamic jurists, fuqaha, and scholars engaged deeply with environmental issues. They wrote on public rights, hukuk al-amma, like access to clean air, water, and natural resources. Harm, darar, defining and restricting practices that pollute or damage the environment. Rights of animals and plants, including fatwas prohibiting overgrazing, reckless hunting, or cutting trees without cause. The famous scholar Imam al-Izz ibn Abd al-Salam, known as the Sultan of the Scholars, wrote about the ethics of treating animals and the importance of natural balance, mizan, long before such discussions entered the modern sphere. A forgotten legacy worth reviving. This remarkable heritage wasn't simply about technology, it was about worldview. Islamic civilization saw humans as trustees, khilafah, not owners of the earth. Nature was not a commodity, but a sign, ayah, of God. Do you not see that Allah sends down rain from the sky, and we produce thereby fruits of varying colors? And in the mountains are tracts, white and red, of varying shades, and some extremely black. And among people and animals and grazing livestock are various colors similarly. Only those fear Allah from among His servants who have knowledge. Quran 35:27-28. In this vision, science and spirituality walked hand in hand. Faith inspired innovation. Worship encouraged preservation. Civilization was not built in defiance of nature, but in cooperation with it, moving forward, looking back. As we confront the climate emergency today, the Islamic legacy of sustainability offers not just comfort, but direction. It reminds us that faith-based solutions are not archaic. They are urgently relevant. By revisiting and reviving this legacy, Muslims can lead global efforts for environmental justice not by mimicking others, but by drawing from their own roots, where gardens grew not only in deserts but in hearts.